Oh man, Mighty, I was so bored waiting around, just waiting until that Fury Bowser shows up until we're able to deal the amount of damage to Fury Bowser before we move on to the next part. But sometimes it always happens, you know?
Yeah, exactly, for surely. Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is I am the one and only Mighty the Armadillo here.
And I am Ray the Flying Squirrel here, and we are back for some more yet again for the likes of the Maxi Toys videos.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury for the Nintendo Switch.
So, last time we basically just managed to able to collect even more cat shines for the sake of the forms of the actual second part of the forms of Bowser's Fury mode. And I suppose today for this episode in particular is the fact that not only do we need to get ourselves even more cat shines, but also that whenever we try to deal with the forms of Fury Bowser until eventually,
then we can definitely guarantee that we're pretty much going to be able to move on to the next part, or in this case the next section. So because of that though,
yeah, let's hop right in. So as you can see, we're going back into that Plussy challenge again, except that we need to go all the way back, almost to the very beginning, but at the very least we got ourselves the cat shine, so at least that leads us to now 45. So even then though, I believe we've only got about 55 cat shines, which I'll discuss on that later, because obviously that since for those of you who have a first time seen the actual Bowser's Fury game, this means that we're probably not going to spoil any major elements to it though, just because, well, you'll soon to find out until specifically for the majority of this week, because as you guys should probably already know, that today's day is of course the, oh, what's the day today? I forgot.
Oh, today it's the 26th of October today, in this case in 2021 today. So in this case though, we've only got about likely 5 days to go until specifically this year's Halloween. And also it's the fact that during the course of today in the UK, that Skyfall, the James Bond film, is now be turning into 9 years old. So because of that though, well at least we've already got ourselves in the latest newest film in the actual James Bond films at the moment right now, which is of course No Time to Die, and that was actually pretty good actually. So either way though, I'm sure that most any other like people do have their own opinions, because we surely do. But we can't wait until we get it on DVD at some point until next year, and some point in 2022, that way we're able to complete it, the entire James Bond film collection at some form or another, which is about time, because, well, we've been dying for able to actually seeing it back in the day, especially noticeable after countless amount of delays, and it's just not fun, in my honest opinion. Especially noticeable because sometimes you always have to wait and all that jazz, so... Okay, so looks like the rain has now finally showed up, and we get ourselves the Boomerang power-up, which, we might not need it right now, though, just because, obviously, since that, the rain is now shown up, and eventually that Fury Bowser will about to be able to come out, and exponentially, whenever we wait for a little bit, and then he'll come up all the way up to the skies above, and then basically, in addition to able to actually show up every once in a while, but also that the Giga Bell will show up. So because of that though, now we can able to actually fight against with him for reals, after the forms of, well, unexpected cat shine to able to obtain whenever we jump off Plussy in one of those particular mission objectives as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, I was thought about that, so...
Anyway, so let's go and deal with the forms of Fury Bowser again, but since we actually deal with a little bit of amount of damage from last time, but hopefully we can able to deal with him for reals for the third time. So because of that though, now we can able to do some more things, and now that Bowser now has more attacks. Such as, for instance, if he does that, basically he'll cause the actual pillars to come down, and it's your chance to you can able to pick up those pillars and then toss it at him, and basically if you do that, chances are you would able to make him like tumble over just like that. And just like before, then basically it's pathetically easy, although it will become tougher though until in the future. So either way though, yeah, that pretty much takes care of the forms of well, the third encounter, or should I say the well, let's say it technically a second match against with the forms of Fury Bowser or something, even though it has been about an few hours ago since we actually last touched this. So once again, we're going to be seeing a cat-shaped rainbow after dealing with the forms of another one of those Fury Bowser parts. And since we deal with all that, this means we can move on to the forms of possibly the last section, or technically speaking, there might be still more to come. So exponentially, well, we can now able to progress onto the next few islands on Lake Lapcat. And yeah, eventually some of these missions might get slightly tougher, especially noticeable until when one of those islands that we're able to stumble across into. So either way though, looks like that now that, well, everything else goes almost going back to normal at some form or another, but we still need able to actually figure out how we're able to actually get Bowser turned back into its normal self, but we still need able to collect even more cat shines, so... And look at that, we've almost covered up everything for the sake of the whole entire map, as you can see. Like, there might be still some black paint goop every once in a while, but regardless of such though, we can now able to do everything about this. Although, except any forms of you know, any forms of the beginning portion of the game, that basically we stumbled across in one of those unknown islands that we have not known about, until specifically once we finish the main game first, so... Yeah, that pretty much summarizes such. So either way though, let's just go ahead and navigate through the lake while trying to deal with the forms of trying to avoid the actual black goop of paint. So yeah, because obviously if you somehow manage to able to get involved with the actual black goop, with the forms of, well, with Plussy, basically Plussy will be disappeared if he managed able to touch the actual black paint goop. So... And every once in a while, though, we're gonna have to able to collect some more coins by going for those little golden rings, as far as I'm concerned. And I don't think there's anything else we can do in here, just because, well, there's nothing we can do there. So we'll just have to figure this out until whenever we're able to continue proceeding to this particular, you know, Bowser's Fury mode. So that should be a little bit more of a quite pleasant and all that. So yeah, anyway, a few things we want to explain, and that is the fact that, well, usually relatively speaking, that another thing we'd like to mention is that, well, we've already mentioned about the fact that the James Bond film Skyfall is now, you know, 9 years old right now, so exponentially until next year, that film will become a decade old, which I can't even believe time itself is went flying, you know? And also, we've only got about 3 more days to go until specifically Mario Party Superstars for the Nintendo Switch will be releasing. So, and god dang it, I was really excited, and especially noticeable that we're still waiting for that game for quite a while now. But of course, that we've only got about 3 days to go, which I'm super hyped about it. Yeah, especially noticeable that we are looking forward to doing that Let's Play, although Jewel still needs to get back into Mario Party 6, and eventually at some point next year we'll tackle for Mario Party 7, and of course Mario Party 8. So, and right from the start though, we need to deal with the forms of Fury Shadow right there, and basically in this part right there, on this particular location we're hitting onto, is the fact that the main emphasis on this location is that we have to deal with the forms of a lot of, you know, donut lifts, and because of that though, you need to able to avoid falling off, because if you do fall off, then basically you're gonna get hit a lot. So yeah, that's something worth classifying for noticing this. I think we should probably use the Whirling power-up just in case it will be a lot easier to deal with these Fury Shadows, because there's something I just want to classify for something, is that just like when you're trying to deal with Shadow Mario for the sake of Super Mario Sunshine, that's basically that water with Flood is actually the easiest way to able to deal with the amount of damage to Shadow Mario. Whilst the forms of Bowser's Fury, I would recommend the Whirling Mario power-up, because otherwise you won't be able to actually get hurt by Fury Shadow and stuff. Or, alternatively though, Mighty, you can also use the Fireballs if you wanted to, but usually, relatively speaking, we always attempt to go for the Whirling power-up for the better, just in case you're able to actually reach certain spots, so... And right from the start though, we've already completed 2 missions. Oh, this is Starman! But unfortunately, it's just gone into the water, so, oh well, no big deal. But hey, at the very least, we are usually we've almost at the halfway point of this whole entire Bowser's Fury mode already, so either way though, we'll just go ahead and swim a bit further towards on that specific segment where, well, we usually try and able to do it from earlier on, but of course we can't because of the forms that, you know, paint black goop is in our way, but now we can able to do it for reals, and now we can able to actually just, well, climb on there and get ourselves our next cat shine. So, spin, scramble, and shine. Well, spin, scramble, shine, as far as I like to call it that, as far as the mission's name. So, anyways, I think we're done with that, and now we can able to, like, although we can able to go back onto that previous location we went into, but we're probably gonna have to do it the plussy way, so that way we can able to actually just, well, try to do it as normal, you know, the normal way, rather than just doing like a hardcore way. Although we would do a parkour way until specifically later on though, because as far as I'm concerned, that's usually, relatively speaking, that's as far as I can usually try and describe about it. So, and look at all these, a lot of footprints, specifically the Bowser, or Fury Bowser's footprints right there on the Wasteland Gigabell, which I'm guessing it's more likely about the fact that he did seriously manage to conquer everything on that particular, like, lap cat, so... Anyways, let's go ahead and deal with this next mission objective, and this requires the potted piranha plant in order able to deal with the forms of fuzzies. And just like in the forms of Super Mario 3D World Passion, basically it's the fact that we need to use the piranha plant in order to eat them up, because you can't deal with them normally unless there might be potentially you can able to deal with these guys by able to actually use the Starman, but unfortunately though we didn't get the chance, so... Oh well, no big deal though, because, well, the piranha plants, potted piranha plants, were able to do a lot of work. So, yeah, especially noticeable, we have to be very cautious with this though, especially noticeable that, well, you know, you just don't want to fall off, and then that's all you have to simply have to deal with all that, so... Alright, so there we go, that we deal with every single fuzzy enemy, so, yeah, we'll just carry this around, or drop it, like so. And basically, we get ourselves the next cat shine on that particular location. So, yeah, because relatively speaking, although something's worth mentioning is the fact that every time whenever you're able to complete, let's just say the first missions on several islands or several locations in Lake Lapcat, basically that the actual rest of the black paint goop always be gone. Before you're able to actually, or after when you finish the first ever mission on that specific location. So, yeah, that's something worth noting for, especially noticeable because, I mean, relatively speaking, that's, you know what I'm saying. So, either way though, let's move on to the next mission, and of course, the Fury blocks will actually be the last one, so, hopefully we're able to see Fury Bowser again, but first of all, let's go and get ourselves our Super Leaf with us, and we got ourselves the returning, football bombs, as you can see, that, basically, that's, you know, just allows you to able to actually kick them, and then basically just kick it right where the actual grey blocks were. So, yeah, relatively speaking, you can either do it that way, or you can able to do the cheating way, like we just did right there, by simply able to skip the entire portion of several segments of that mission, which we always love to do that, especially noticeable because obviously we are the hardcore player, so either way though, yeah, pretty much top notch, all things considered, so, yeah, anyway, so let's go ahead and continue things on here, and basically now we can able to actually just do the Fury blocks, but we'll save that until for later, because the next thing we'll do is that we can probably head over to the next island, or in this case the next location, which one should we do first then, out of these two? Or technically three, right, just because obviously there might be more to it than that. So let's go and deal with this particular location next. So in this case, here we go on to Pipe Path Tower. So because of that though, the entire emphasis on this location is all about, it's going to be a lot of emphasis on clear pipes that we have to navigate. So yeah, that pretty much summarizes such. So either way, Oh, and apparently though, according to the forms of the actual, the top 10 best Wii U ports on, well, specifically Sony's Switch ports to the Wii U games, that apparently though, that Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, that some people seem to say, this is by far the best Wii U, or the best Switch port of a Wii U game ever at that point. Especially notable because obviously that everyone enjoys Super Mario 3D World originally on the Wii U, and they enjoy it again but on the Switch, and you can able to finally play on the go, and also play the game on online play this time around, which is a good thing. And also with the additional extra game with the forms of Bowser's Fury, which is the most biggest highlight for throughout the whole thing. Even though on the 10th spot though, it just gets like New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe on 10th place on that particular list so far. Well, mind you, despite the fact that it plays out exactly like the Wii U version of the game, aside from some replacements, like for instance that you can't play as two different colored Toads in the exact same scenario if you play multiplayer. But regardless of everything else though, that's as far as I can usually describe about it, so... And look at that, we're now on to 51 cat shines, even though technically we've already got 50 for about a moment ago. So this means, yes, we're now on to the halfway point of the entirety of Bowser's Fury playthrough. So either way though, yeah, I can't believe that we actually going to be able to try to complete those specific stuff in the quickest amount of time if possible, which I know it sounds kind of a little bit more weird to say things like this. Yeah, especially noticeable because obviously that's, you know, we've recently managed able to actually make the actual playthrough a lot faster than we thought it was. Yeah, unlike the forms of in the first impression sometimes, that basically, that's usually relatively speaking, that it might actually get a bit of accustomed to when it comes to likely some of these mechanics throughout, and especially noticeable with several gameplay elements, like it's still the usual sandbox formula since Super Mario Odyssey and Super Mario 64 and Sunshine and all that, whilst compared to the forms of Galaxy and Galaxy 2, they are usually both linear, and same applies to 3D Land and 3D World, and especially noticeable with, I think that's about it. Yeah, at least as far as I'm guessing correctly. So either way though, let's just go ahead and move on for a bit, and then just move on to... Actually, gonna think about it, since we actually did saw Fury Bowser's managed to continuously spinning from that particular Awaken part, so this means we can probably hit back into that particular location that we're about to be entering right now, which appears to be by the forms of well, Risky Whisker Island, and basically we can able to just deal with the Fury blocks, and you will be able to still see that particular cinematic scene, which, yeah, we'll see that again, especially noticeable how the fact that how, intense, and especially noticeable how, well, devastating how this particular Fury Bowser looks, especially noticeable it's like almost close up. And of course that the Giga Bell always waking up, especially noticeable that since we actually collected quite enough of those cat bells at the sake of all the cat shines as far as I'm concerned, well, we're not going to do it right now, just because obviously we are pretty much going to be still waiting for Fury Bowser to able to actually just oh, really? I'm presuming that lighthouse is actually blocking our way, so hopefully we'll let... Oh, he's right over there. Okay, so we'll just hide in here. And don't worry though, if you somehow manage to able to get involved with that particular flamethrower attack, that you're trying to able to get rid of the Fury blocks for you, thankfully you don't get hit by that, so you'll be pretty much going to be safe for the majority of the time, so yeah, that pretty much summarizes stuff from there. So anyway, so yeah, I suppose aside from all that stuff we'd like to mention, unfortunately though there's not much else we can talk about, because... Well, I think relatively speaking for this point, Mighty, is the fact that we're actually getting, I don't know, quite close towards the end of Bowser's Fury game. But aside from all that stuff though, that's as far as I can honestly try to talk about. So either way, so now we've recently completed that particular location, so we are basically done there. And now let's go ahead and move on to the next location that we can able to, well, try to obtain every single cat shines. So... yeah, in fact, the matter is, though, is the fact that, relatively speaking, yeah, there's not much else to say, because obviously there's not much else to talk about. Well, we've already mentioned about the forms of, well, to be more specifically, two things at the moment. Especially noticeable about the fact that we're actually getting pretty close to the actual release. Oh god, is this mission. I will say this right now, this is by far the trickiest blue coin puzzle, missions throughout the whole game. Well, I will classify for saying that technically, the slip skate slope will be the hardest ones of the bunch. Well, that's only mainly because you have to get used to with the actual boot skiing controls and all that. But nothing compares to this though, because if you somehow messed up that one particular, you know, with that clear pipe movement, chances are you're probably gonna get screwed, because obviously that you might accidentally go into the wrong direction, as you can see, and then if the time is up right there, then you have to start all over again for that particular mission objective. So yeah, it can be a bit of a nuisance sometimes, but I'm highly doubtedly that we're pretty much almost done with the actual blue coin set of missions, whilst unlike the forms of how it does it on the majority of the collectibles in Super Mario Sunshine, that one of those blue coins are a pain to get. Yeah, especially noticeable that some of them can be very well hidden, and especially noticeable that you have to be able to search it all by yourself within, like, sense of confusion, unless if you look on guides in order to able to actually noticing this. But regardless of everything else though, we'll try this again as in a second attempt, but we highly doubt we can able to actually succeed. No! Ah, I think we messed this up. Darn you, you damn camera angle. Yeah, apparently the camera angle can sometimes screw us up. But hopefully we'll keep on trying though, so anyway. Oh yeah, I should probably mention about this as well, that until tomorrow, that the Super Mario Odyssey game is going to be becoming 4 years old until tomorrow. Yeah, I can't even believe that game is now going to be 4 years old. Well, at least we've already did the Let's Play of the game. I believe Mario already did done the Let's Play of Super Mario Odyssey ever since in 2018 all the way up to 2019. Well, to be more specifically though, Ray, he did the first half on 2018, and then the second half and the majority of Luigi's Bloom World portion of that particular playthrough. He did that for the sake of the forms of, well, I will classify for saying the majority of 2019 for sure. Oh yeah, that's right, just because obviously that he wants to able to get that Let's Play finished before they moved on to the redo Let's Play of Super Mario Sunshine in 2020, yeah, in this case the worst year, so... But let's not talk about that right now, just because, well, we're actually getting into the pretty decent year, as we said. So either way though, we'll just go ahead and ride on Plussy again to do the next Plussy challenge, and it looks like we're going to have to get all the way from there, almost to the point where basically we have to use a lot of dash ramps or dash panels in particular, so just in case we can able to get enough speed. So, and I get the feeling that Fury Bowser might be back, so hopefully we'll try to obtain that cat shine if possible, such as we did right there. So hurry, slip to the shine, as you can see on screen. So I believe there might be another Plussy challenge around here somewhere, but for the most part, yeah, it's just right there. So hopefully we'll able to obtain that. And it looks like we get the feeling we can able to actually go for that particular tunnel right there. Yeah, which exponentially is the fact that we're gonna have to able to do a lot of timing requirements, especially noticeable you have to like, oh dang it, I think we messed this up. But hopefully we've still got enough time to do this. I highly doubt that we're probably not gonna make it, just because that stupid fence is in my way, and well, we somehow messed this up, so... Oh well, we'll keep trying on that next time around. Oh god! That almost gave us a bit of a fright. But, and also that particular ramp of that particular, you know, when you try to ride on Plussy and such, that ramp of the actual ship part is actually now there. So because of that, though, yeah, that's pretty much as far as we can able to highly doubt we're able to mentioning that, so... Alright, so we'll try to get away from Fury Bowser as much as we can, and, I think we'll probably be gonna be tackling through the next... Ah, darn it. Oh, there's that Fury block over there that we could probably try to tackle through, but unfortunately though, that Fury Bowser doesn't seem to able to last for a long period of time, because as you can see, that the more you wait for a bit, while Fury Bowser is trying to keep on attacking you, basically though, he'll just go all the way back under the water and then basically you have to wait for the next few minutes. So, unless if you're trying to able to scan your amiibo until you're able to actually make the thing a bit faster, but since that we've only just got started with the adventure, this means about the fact that this means you only have to scan in that amiibo for about 1 day each, so kind of annoying, but at the very least until whenever we beat the final boss, or potentially beat Fury Bowser for the first time, and watch the ending to it, which we'll probably talk more about that until whenever we see that ending, until whenever we keep on collecting more of those cat shines throughout the whole entire adventure, so... Alright, so we definitely need to aim for that particular key to able to take it to the actual, the cage, so hopefully we'll try to able to do all that. Yep, especially noticeable that we already made it to the top, and then we need to just hit down there, and then, well, potentially speaking, we can able to just take a key from here. I think the easiest way to do this, though, is the fact that we could... Oh, can we make this? Can we do this the hard way? Oh, okay, that's quite top-notch. Although, we need to be very careful of those fire bros, as you can see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've already got this, though, Mighty, because, sure enough, I'm pretty good when it comes to likely dealing with leaps of faith sometimes. So, there we go. Key to the cat shine. So, we only got one objective left, which is, of course, the Fury blocks. So, yeah, it looks like that we've almost done with the forms of the Fury blocks portions of these mission objectives sometimes. Because, after all, though, that's... although we're not exactly completely done with it yet, though, just because there might be still more to it than that. Yeah, especially noticeable that whenever we get into the forms of, well, the last few portions of this particular whole thing, then, yeah, you probably get the idea about that. So if we go over here, then I'm presuming that we were able to get ourselves, what else? Another cat shine. And this time it's on the floodgate's edge. So, how's that for that? Yeah, it's pretty easy to obtain when you're able to understand what this is going. Although, there's a whole bunch of Fury blocks, as you can tell, and it's probably because that actually blocks the progressioning for the sake of, like, well, let's just say, if you're trying to able to skip, or try to take some shortcuts, rather than just trying to able to go for the normal fashion way, then, by all means, you can do that, so... Anyways, enough about that, and let's head over to this island over there, which is, in my honest opinion, this is by far the hardest location throughout the whole game. Whirling Roller Isle. And what's difficult about this location, unlike the rest of the locations, is that, obviously, this takes place in a huge emphasis on obstacles. And also, to top it all off, is that we have to avoid a lot of lava. So this means, yes, like 3D World, and especially noticeable with 3D Land, if you touch any lava, then it's instant death. So, yes, you have to be very careful on that, especially that for the very first time I played this Bowser's Fury game, I somehow, for whatever reason, skipped over the first cat shine shard at first, because obviously that's for the first time. Darn it! So unfortunately though, we've come across into our second death, although potentially speaking though, Ray, the last time we did die, it was actually for that particular boss battle against with Cat Boom Boom for the final bout match, because of obviously with spike floors and all that. Yeah, because obviously this is where the game starts to get a bit trickier, especially noticeable on this level. So either way though, oh, it looks like Fury Bowser's coming, so yeah, we'll try to save that the rest of the missions later. So we'll probably take care of the forms of the Fury blocks first on this particular level, right, or this particular location first, so we'll try and deal with that first. So, thankfully it's not too far from here though, I don't think, it's just literally right there. So, we'll just wait until when Fury Bowser decides to able to do his flamethrower attack, and somehow we just lost our Super Leaf power-up, but that's okay, because we got ourselves the Cat Shine, so... yeah, there we go. And what's also just worth knowing for that the reason why that particular location we're about to be heading to right now is also kind of one of the hardest locations to do, is that, as I already mentioned this before, there's going to be a lot of emphasis on tricky platforming, and also you have to avoid a lot of lava. And also, if you somehow manage to slip up multiple times, basically you're probably going to die a lot. Although, thankfully, there's no life system, so it's just usually you lose about 50 coins each time you die. So because of that, though, unlike Mario Odyssey, that you lose like 10 coins each time you die. So yeah, that's something worth classifying from noticing this. So unfortunately, we don't have our Super Leaf with us, thanks to the forms of that flamethrower attack that Fury Bowser sent us. So yeah, we'll just have to make our way for... actually, no matter what though, we'll just use one of our spare Super Leaf power-ups, so just in case we can able to make the level a bit easier, but if you try to do it without it, then it'll be impossible to do. So, hopefully we'll try to cope with that, so... oh, okay, there we go. Oh, jeez Louise. I think getting a Cat Shine shards on this particular location can be pretty tricky as well, just because I believe that one of those shards is going to be required to use the Bob-Bomb in order to able to bust out these particular grey blocks. So hopefully we'll try to deal with all that. But first of all, let me just get myself the next Super Leaf again, and see what's in here. It's just coins, so... oh well, no big deal, not the end of the world. But yeah, this is the part I was usually going to try to say, that in order to get the next Cat Shine shard is that you have to use the Bob-Bomb in order to able to just break those blocks. So yeah, it's not as easy as it looks, but regardless of such, we did this on the first attempt, so surprisingly enough. And, oh, okay, this is not good. This is definitely not good, especially noticeable that I somehow screwed this up. This means we have to start all the way from the beginning. That's not good. Oh well, but at the very least we can still keep our Cat Shine shards every time we collect one. So yeah, this particular location is pretty tough though. I will say it's definitely the hardest aspect of Bowser's Fury game. So because of that though, I don't think that most of these locations aren't that hard. But it's just that for this one in particular, I just always have myself a hardest time able to actually experiencing this though, for whatever reason. Or maybe it's because of the forms of those rotating platforms that just sometimes screws you up most of your time. So yeah, I get the feeling from that. Especially noticeable that, well thankfully, if you keep on dying, then basically those power-ups will respawn. So yeah, kind of like how it did in the forms of the regular Super Mario 3D World game. So at least there's nothing to worry about for the sake of like losing everything. So, well, apart from losing all of your coins if you have lesser amount of coins. So yeah, that's as far as I can usually try to... whoa! Goodness gracious, that was a close one. Yeah, especially noticeable, I'm almost gonna get myself screwed up beyond belief, but regardless of such... okay. Oh, thank goodness. Thank God we've done that mission! Alright, now we just need to able to make our way to the lighthouse itself, and pretty much gonna be tackling through the next 2 missions. And once we're done with the next 2 missions on this location, then we are done with this, so... yeah, because surprisingly enough, most of these locations are pretty short if you know what you're doing. As long as you don't waste your time trying to find, you know, the last of one of those remainings of the actual, like, you know, the shards you have to collect. But regardless of such, we've already completed, so... alright, so now we've gotten that, and it looks like that... oh, the actual, the rest of the black paint goop is not going to be gone forever. Oh, it looks like that Fury Bowser's going to come back. So in this case, I think we should probably head back into that particular pipe, you know, that particular, like, you know, that particular location I was on about. And hopefully we'll try and able to get the next cat shine in the process. Well, oh god! Okay, I forgot about that particular ramp appearance right there. But hopefully we'll try to go back round there, and rather than just keep on slipping up. But at least thankfully though, that Fury Bowser's flamethrower can able to actually break the actual opening for that particular entrance, that alternative pathway, and well, just got to make sure we just have to let him go through there, and we are done with the forms of the majority of that particular, well, pipe maze tower, whatever that particular location is called. I know it has been quite a few minutes since we actually went to that location, well, at least despite the fact that we've already 100% for everything on that particular location, so I guess there's nothing to worry about. So yet again, we'll scare off Fury Bowser because he doesn't like light, and, well, we're pretty much done with that particular location. So yeah, relatively speaking, that I think, fundamentally speaking, that we haven't got that much left. Well, aside from the fact that there might be still more things to come here. So, actually gonna think about it. Whenever we decide to, what do you think, Mighty? Are we gonna be able to wrap things up with this particular location first before we move on to the next locations? I thought so too, just because we just want to get that location completed. Yeah, before we move on to likely something more likely like a chilled, relaxing run through of that particular easiest kind of like locations like that. So, but at the very least, this mission is kind of easy, but you have to be fast on that part, especially noticeable that you don't slip up. Although if you try to use the Tanuki power up, it'll just make things a lot easier for you, because you know you can able to float at any point. So. Alright, we only got one mission left, and, well, that'll be pretty much take care of the forms of that particular, well, this particular location, so. Yeah, let's just head back and, trying to able to double check if there are some missing parts around here. I don't think it's necessarily missing a part, but, I just have no idea why I'm saying things weirdly enough at this rate. I mean, potentially speaking about the fact that, actually, let's just do that particular. Oh, there's actually another switch in there, so I wonder what that contains. Oh, right, it's another one of those cat shine challenges, which, the best strategy for this is that, as you notice on that particular paw mark right there, yeah, basically we have to use the cat suit power-up in order to be able to make up there, so we should probably do that, and we somehow made it. And all the while, that plushie Dustmasher showed up after we completely done with that objective, so yeah, that's nice all in all, and now we can able to, let's do that challenge again after that miserable failure attempt on that first attempt, so yeah, thankfully you can able to skip that cinematic scene if you mess this up, so yeah, but at least I'm very glad that usually becomes a thing now, because, yeah, you know, it just makes things a bit faster and, also a lot of fun to able to do, especially noticeable for, like, well, I just have no words to think about it, so. There we go, we've managed to able to get another cat shine, hurry, dash, and dive, and as you can see, we got 64 cat shines, so pretty amazing number indeed, in my honest opinion, just because 64 is the greatest number, especially noticeable based off from the Nintendo console back in 1996. In fact, relatively speaking, that's the N64, the Nintendo 64, I should say, is now 25 years old in Japan, and especially noticeable and eventually in North America, and then a year later in March in 1997 in the UK, European countries. So, yeah, that should be exciting, especially noticeable after looking back into the forms of that particular. Oh wow, that was a bad attempt. Yeah, especially noticeable, just try not to rush. Yeah, I know that, Mighty, I already know that, but I'm just a bit too hasty for myself right there, so. Anyway, we'll keep trying, and hopefully we'll pretty much guarantee we can able to wrap things up, everything on that particular location for real, so we'll try and do that. Now, I get the strong feeling that the key is going to be located during the course of, by the end of that particular location, like almost right near to the lighthouse or something. Although before we get into that though, we'll get the next super leaf or a spare super leaf in case if we've almost running out of them. So best advice for you, Ray, you probably have to do that, so which you've already did. Yeah, true that. Sometimes though it can be a little bit oh wait. Oh god, am I gonna make it? Oh, thank goodness for that. Sometimes it can be pretty slow at times, especially... Oh, we got another Fury Bowser portion right there, but, actually, can I think about it? We'll save that, particular key mission for later, just because I think we'll pretty much need to take care of one of those, Fury Blocks, portions of the entire thing first. So that way we can able to get that out of the way. So, and this appears to be at... Well, assuming if we're able to keep on, like, you know, doing some long jumps here and there, and we have to get rid of those Fury Blocks on there, to able to actually hop onto that clear pipe cannon, and that will pretty much lead us to, what else? Another cat shine. But here's the thing, we need to use those spring flingy objects, or alternatively, you can able to ignore them, and then basically we can able to just walk straight into the actual cat shrine itself. But we like to do it normally, just because obviously that as far as that mission objective is concerned, that's what we're going to be heading to. So, oh jeez, okay, that almost gonna mess us up. Okay, whew, that was pretty close. Gazing over the falls. Oh wait, that was pretty close, don't you think? Yeah, especially noticeable that I've almost got to lose the power-up right there, but thankfully we somehow managed to, like, you know, dodge that, so there we go. And so far we've got about 65 cat shines, so yeah, I think 65 cat shines might be enough for this video for this point, for today, and then we'll grab the rest of the remaining cat shines until specifically tomorrow, and especially noticeable the other days. So yeah, I think suffice to say is the fact that we'll go ahead and end things off here. So yeah, join us next time for more of Let's Play of Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, specifically in the Bowser's Fury playthrough. Next, we'll go ahead and head on to the next location and grab some more cat shines along the way. So we'll see you guys until tomorrow. Later fellas, see you then.